Today's story begins not with a where, or a what, or a why, but with a who. And the who is you. Today, you are Zan-Dai, a messenger angel from the 2nd division of Uriel. Uriel is a communications division of angels numbering 24,000, one of the larger communications divisions. You find it easiest to describe yourself by describing where you fit into your division. Every division of angels is the color of light, which is white, like the Most High. But the radiance of each individual angel ranges from a slow, full red through the spectrum to dazzling and zingy violet. You yourself are situated just between green and blue, making you a cool, refreshing aqua. On the sound scale, your note corresponds to your color, which quite naturally means that you are a G. Your preference is to form a part of chords of anticipation, such as the E minor 7th. And finally, there is the matter of your emotion. It is regularly observed that the Almighty created each angelic being as a perfectly balanced entity with color, sound, and emotion operating in exquisite union. Having studied the matter in exacting detail, you are satisfied that your primary emotion of anticipation is a perfect match for your G Aqua profile. As a matter of fact, you have become increasingly convinced that your emotion of anticipation is the reason you were selected for the current assignment. All of heaven has been throbbing with undertones of aqua and violet of late. It dawned on you a few days ago that the use of minor and suspended chords was up by at least 20%, and even the Most High has been emitting great pulses of anticipation. Rumor and speculation among the host have been building. Something big, no, something enormous is about to happen. Furthermore, the mood of anticipation is not the only clue. Just 6 months ago, by the reckoning of human days, you had been assigned to a similar mission. In itself, a mission to Earth was not uncommon, not for an angel in communications. But this mission was no run-of-the-mill dream or vision, no garden variety impression or emotion with which you usually communicated. This mission had been a peach, a prime job, perhaps even large enough to qualify for the human books of history. In your essence, you felt that it might be the job of the millennium when the big boss showed up. All of the angels in communications ache for a chance to work with Gabriel, and your usual aqua radiance escalated to a neon buzz when you realized that your chance had finally come. As it turned out, an appearance by the big boss was only the opener. The headline act which left you momentarily tuneless was his message. You had been deployed to the engine room of Israel, the holy place of the temple. There, Gabriel put on one of his finest manifestation appearances ever, complete with a swirling wreath of aqua, indigo, sunshine yellow, and splashes of cobalt blue. All dancing angels, of course. His appearance was seen by an old priest named Zacharias. Gabriel told the old man that he and his wife Elizabeth were to be blessed with a son, and that he was to be a Nazarite. and that he would be a prophet. Even more, that their son would be the prophet. Even now, as you recall the event, your heart wants to explode into song again. And as you recall the event, you are perplexed by the old man's response. It was typically human and entirely foreign to you and all other angels. He responded with doubt and questioning. You marveled once more at how these beings, who so clearly bore the likeness of the Holy One, could behave in ways so unlike him. Gabriel, thoroughly annoyed by Zechariah's rebuttal of this amazing news, had seen fit to strike the old man dumb. On the return journey, he said that he had simply plugged the hole which had so dishonored the Almighty and saved the heavens from a red-faced scandal. But the heavens had received the news very differently. As soon as your detachment reached home, Gabriel's message reverberated far and wide. All of the cosmos rejoiced that day, and a great aquamarine E-7th party began to roll through the royal halls. Something big is coming. And now, on this day, that same detachment which visited Jerusalem 6 months ago has been dispatched to a tiny town in the back country of Galilee. The big boss is leading the charge again tonight. As it was 6 months ago, you have no clue of what the message is, nor do you know who will be receiving it. Perhaps the message is for this young girl. All of you, all 120 angels, and the boss are squeezed into her tiny single-roomed home, a feat impossible for humans but perfectly feasible for angels. As you all swirl in a kaleidoscope of hope and expectation, you fix your eyes on this girl, this young girl named Mary. Names, ages, bloodlines, and locations are essential knowledge for all angels in communications. There is not a family in Asia Minor whom you do not know, and there is not a person in all of Israel who is foreign to you. This young lady before you is Mary, daughter of Jacob, a pure-bred Davidian of Judah's line. He earns a living in Tiberias as a stonemason and returns home at the new month. He earns his living in Tiberias as a stonemason and returns home at the new moon each month. As you watch her at work, you observe that there is little about her appearance to set her apart. She possesses the youthful beauty of an olive-skinned Israelite maiden. Her long black curls usually complement her deep brown eyes, but today they are held back from her face by a rough woven hairband which matches her dress. She's a simple girl, simple but alluringly serene. Your detachment gently swirls about the room as Mary sweeps the packed mud floor. She can sense the air of expectancy, and she gently hums a tune. The tune is that of a wedding song. Her thoughts float towards you on her tune. Only 3 months to go. Only 3 months to go. And then I shall be married. Turning her broom into a dance partner, she does a twirl. Oh, Joseph, Her words are arrested mid-stride. You look up to see what has caught her attention. To your surprise, it is Gabriel. He has already manifested. Unlike the Zechariah event, today, the boss has chosen a low-key appearance No swirling lights, no choral songs, just the unassuming form of a humble human being. He has positioned himself in the doorway. He is leaning against the doorpost with his left shoulder, and his arms are folded over his chest. He has modeled his appearance on Mary's fiancé, Joseph. He is strong and stocky. His features are attractive, and his nose is pronounced. Green eyes and an olive complexion complete the look. The one glaring omission to the similitude is a beard. Angels don't like beards. His choice of clothing is noteworthy. He wears the standard clothing for a mission to humans, a dazzling white, full-length robe and a sleeveless waistcoat. But the piping around the edge of the waistcoat is purple and gold. Purple and gold can mean only one thing. He is about to make a royal decree. At this realization, every one of the 120 angels has frozen in their tracks. Every eye in the room is fixed on the boss. Joseph? Mary thinks. No, it cannot be Joseph. One of his cousins, perhaps. Gabriel ends the frozen silence. Rejoice, Mary, he proclaims as he throws his arms in the air. You who are highly favored by God. As he slowly brings his arms to his side, the Lord is with you. Mary's silent, internal response is predictably human. What? Who is this man? He must have the wrong person. I can't be known by the Almighty. Even my Aunt Sarai has difficulty remembering my name. Gabriel steps forward in response to Mary's thoughts. No, Mary, you are blessed above all women. Do not be afraid. You have found favor with God. You all watch as Gabriel walks over to the young girl and places his warm, strong hand on her shoulder. You can feel her fear dissolve as she smiles. Favor? With the Most High? Mary wonders. Why? Why would he favor me? Sensing Mary's growing ease, Gabriel continues. Mary, you are about to fall pregnant, and you will give birth to a boy, a son. You are to name him Yeshua. This young boy will become the greatest of all men, and he will be called Son of the Most High. The color drains from Mary's face while you watch. She raises her head and looks the boss in the eyes. Her jaw goes limp. Her thoughts echo through the room once more. Son of the Most High, the greatest man. Gabriel presses on. The Most High will give him the throne of his father, David, and he shall rule over the house of Israel forever. His expanding rulership shall never come to an end. The Messiah! It seems that Mary and all of the angels reach the conclusion at the same moment. At least 12 of the less experienced angels light up like flashbulbs and skyrocket through the ceiling. The Messiah! They proclaim in chorus as they careen into the sky. But Mary, deaf and blind to their display, has crumpled to the floor. Unable to stand beneath the weight of the moment, she brings her arms in and embraces her stomach. She struggles to find words, like a fish out of water gasping for breath. Her gaze is fixed on her abdomen. How? How shall I have a baby? I am a virgin. It is yet many months before I will be married. A broad smile engulfs Gabriel's face as he crouches down to her level. His eyes flicker with a mischievous grin, as if he's been saving the best for last. He leans in close and lowers his voice. You strain to hear him, above the noise of the 12 violet Roman candles cavorting in the sky above you. He speaks. Tonight, after I leave, the Holy Spirit will come upon you, and the power of the Most High will overshadow you. This boy will not be the son of Joseph. No, he will be called the Son of God. Once again, Mary's thoughts struggle with the practicality of the promise. Pregnant by God Himself. Pregnant without a man. Is that even possible? As angels often do, the boss answers her thoughts with words. Mary, dear one, with God, all things are possible. As evidence, your cousin Elizabeth, the wife of Zachariah the priest, is also pregnant. Even she, who was once barren. The glory of the moment has pressed Mary's face to the ground. As you have witnessed so often, you are expecting her to say, no, or not me, or it cannot be this way. But rather she stuns you and all of those watching with a reply which is more angelic than human. Slowly Mary lifts her face and looks at Gabriel. Your angelic eyes discern a warm orange glow emanating from her spirit. It is the color of faith. Her voice is tender and certain. I am the Lord's servant. May it be done to me exactly as you have said. As the company of delighted angels drifts up and out of the room, you remain and watch this young girl who sits motionless on her knees. Her eyes are closed and her hands are at rest in her lap. She's present too and communing with this divine moment. Your last thought? Now I see why the Almighty chose her.